Hi guys, and welcome to Baking in Camouflage Part 2. This time I'm gonna try some New York style cheesecake. I stumbled across this recipe on the internet. It's from foodwishes.com. They also have a YouTube channel, you should definitely check them out. I'm trying to bake this for the first time. Let's see if I'm capable of doing so. Okay, since you can't get any graham crackers in your regular supermarket here in Austria, I'm going to use some caramel cookies. I hope they work just as well. So I crushed the cookies, which was actually a lot harder than I expected. Usually in Austria, when we make cheesecake, we use some sort of dough base. So I'm kind of new to this cookie crust thing going on. I don't know how many cookies I used. The recipe says use 18 graham crackers, but since they are not graham crackers, I just went on instinct. Now I'm gonna pour in the melted butter. Enough so the whole stuff can pack like a sandcastle. So now the crumbs are moist enough so they can pack real nice, as you can see. And I'm gonna pour them into the greased baking pan. I greased it with vegetable oil. I tried to spread the crumbs evenly and I pressed them hard to compact them, and I went a little higher around the sides. I have the feeling that this whole thing will crumble to pieces once I open the baking pan. But I'm still hoping that the baking process itself will help me to some degree. For the filling, I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. I think I'm gonna stick with the American units of measurement for this recipe. But it says a 1/4 cup is about 59 milliliters. It says on there. Not that I measure flour in milliliters, but anyway, I'm gonna add 1 cup of sour cream. That's about 236 milliliters. Whenever an American recipe uses sour cream, I suggest you use crème fraîche instead of sour cream, because the Austrian sour cream has a lot less fat in it and therefore is a lot more watery and not as creamy. Since I don't have vanilla extract, I'm gonna use those 8-gram packs of vanilla sugar, and I'm gonna put in 3 of those. I'm gonna give that a little stir. In this bowl I put in 4 packs of cream cheese, 8 ounces each. That's about 1 kilogram of cream cheese in total. And I'm gonna add 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. 1 cup and a half. Now I'm gonna mix the sugar into the cream cheese. Now I'm gonna add 2/3 cups of milk. And then another one of this, and resort to whisking again. 1/3 cup is 79 milliliters, by the way. Once it looks like this, I'm going to add 4 whole eggs, 1 at a time. You get the idea. And now I'm gonna grate in a little lemon zest. And a little orange zest. Make sure to wash your fruits first and that they are not waxed for obvious reasons. That should add a nice fresh taste. Now just add the sour cream mixture from earlier. Give it a mix. Not too much, because a cheesecake is supposed to be heavy and compact and not light and fluffy, so we don't want to introduce too much air. Now just pour all that on the cookie crust and give it the old tapa. I was specifically instructed not to call it tapa, it's the old tapa. Now put it inside the oven, the preheated oven, for about an hour. The recipe says 350 degrees Fahrenheit, that's about 177-76 degrees Celsius. But I don't want the cake to crack, which it will once it reaches an internal temperature of 160 degrees. Anyway, I've been told. So I'm going with 160 degrees Celsius, just to be sure. Well, see you in about an hour. Okay, it's been in there for about an hour. Now I'm just gonna turn off the heat and let it cool down inside the oven for about 3 to 4 hours. And I'll remove the baking pan only once it's cooled down completely. So that's it after many hours of cooling down completely. Maybe I should have greased the baking pan more, because it broke up a little bit. But what I feared most didn't happen. The cookie crust didn't crumble. In fact, it's got a really perfect consistency. It's really soft and moist. I can't wait to dig into this one. That's it. For a much better and more professional presentation, check out foodwishes.com. See you next time.